Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Friday morning. Wow, it is the 5th of April already. We are heading to the end of the year very shortly. And that's why what your hand find to do it with all your might and all your power. Can we declare the word this morning? Because this is Partner Friday. And what we do on Partner Friday is to get people to stand in agreement with us for what we are doing. Life is too short to do it on your own. God never called you to be an island. I've seen people this week and then they tell me what God told them, and it's completely different than what the Bible are explaining to us, the roadmap of life, what to do. And that's why faith is my word, not what I feel, not what I see, not what I hear with my natural eye and my natural ear, or my emotions, what I feel, but faith is what I believe outside the box. That's why we can declare the word, because God responds to the word. We had a powerful conferences in Pretoria here. And when you see the word is always lifted up, the word and the spirit, you will have an explosion. That's why Revelation says you have overcome. Oh my word, say I have overcome. That's a done deal. How? By the blood of the Lamb. That happened 2,000 plus years ago. Now God needs me as his new creature to agree with what the blood did. He says, you have overcome, my children, by the blood of the Lamb and the word of your testimony. Now, this is the phenomenal thing, that the same Jesus who paid for your price for healing, health, for your provision, for salvation, for your breakthrough, is the same God who paid the price so that you can have the abundant life. And that's in partnership that you help us to impact more, do more, and change more lives. And at the moment, and as you know, at the place where I go, a medical clinic for treatment, and to do the replica of that, to help other people more, not only in the physical, but in the spiritual dimensions, to bring hope for people. Now, people with a lot of money, no money, little money, what money, and big status, no status, little status, you will all discover they face the same battle, and that is normally fear. And God didn't give us the spirit of fear, but of love and power and a sound mind. And if one can set 1,000 to flee, think if 2 of us can stand in agreement. Think if 1,000 of us, think if 5,000 and 10,000 of us can stand for the same cause, we will be people of impact. And that's why I want you to rename your day today. Say, I rename my moment of battle to the season of the breakthrough. Not only the double portion, but of the fullness, so that I can walk in the divine power of God, set free from everything that tries to distract us from where we're going. And this is so powerful about faith. We know that Paul at a time, he said, I tried to come, but Satan hindered us. And that thing of hinder means to interrupt, to obstruct, to impede, or to prevent from moving forward, or to interpose obstacles, to render slow in motion while we're in the year of momentum. So Satan will fight you not to join forces, and so that you can see the breakthrough. I've learned in my short journey, what you do for others, help others to achieve, God will always raise up somebody to help you to achieve that. And this is the thing, we cannot sit back and all the countries are being and nations, and that there's a desperate cry. The gospel, that's the light, but the vessels who are the light carriers must come forward and demonstrate that godly light and that godly love. And when Paul was telling the church in He said, my word, he said, Satan hindered us, 1 Thessalonians 2:18. Wherefore we would have come unto you, even I, Paul, once and again. But Satan hindered us. Now the literal Greek word for that is to describe a road that's deteriorated with so many potholes and it's broken up. He said, that road what I tried to travel now on was so impossible, humanly speaking, but God's grace helped me. And this is the same on our journey. So, Gustav, what's the question this morning? God did not give you the spirit of fear. Jesus paid the full price so that we can be in unity together. That's why Scripture says we are co-laborers with God. Let's make a decision. We rename our season of battle to start working with God. And when you work with God, you will work with people who has the heart of God, the vision of God, to take care of the poor, the widow, the elderly, and the sinners, to get them saved and change lives. And this is the powerful thing, because things that will oppose you are the very things that you know Satan tries. That's your breakthrough and your victory. So I must let go of fear and say, I'm stepping out of my narrow situation into a bigger thing. And this is where I had the most powerful breakthroughs in my life. When I faced obstacles, I did something. One year, we went through a thing, and we feed the multitudes and do a lot of stuff. What people see on a Sunday morning is just a drop in the bucket of the impact we have in communities and nations. This ministry has impacted more than 11 million people. And the stats could be much higher by now. We face a challenge that we need 80,000 rand. At that time, 80,000 rand was a lot of money, because that was the feeding and take care and do stuff. And I was in this conference and I said, Lord, this is not fair. It was October conference. And I said, we do all these great things to help communities. We don't do it to get brownie points and stars and acknowledgement at all. No, we do it to impact. And I heard the voice of the Lord. He said, your biggest problem, you do the right thing, but you speak death over your seed. And immediately I had to change what I say. And then he said, break the cycle. So cycles is not from God. The enemy creates a cycle, and then we trap on that booby trap, and then we step into that cycle every year. He said, take your airplane money, sow it, and break the cycle. Call the children, what I did. Long story short, the next morning I got a phone call out of the Muslim area with a lady that said, I was praying and God told me you need a few pennies. She said, meet me in front of a coffee shop in Parow, and I've told the story many times, but it's so uplifting. And while I was standing there, this rusted car pulled up, and the lady and her husband got out, and I said, Jesus, don't do this to me. They need money. I need to give them money. No wonder she said, the Lord said, you need a few pennies. And she said the next thing that stuck with me for all my life. Don't be moved by what you see. I am an Abigail. God has sent me. I move when God said move. And God sent me to bring gold to the king. There's a lot of glory, but there's no gold. We went into that coffee shop. She pulled out an A3 envelope. Now, this is an A4, so it's twice the size. Turn it over, and 50,000 rand fell out in 100 bills. They had to call 911, 922, 933, and 944, because I was so shocked. But our need didn't stop there. I didn't tell them, because I hardly tell people. And the next day, I got a phone call again. The Lord said, you need a few more pennies. Meet me there. And here the rusted muster pulled up. She jumped out, and I tell the story where her big toes walk on the paved walk because there was holes in her shoes. And she said, don't be moved by what you see. I am an Abigail. I'm here to bring gold to the king. I move when God says move. And they also need a breakthrough at that time, a bigger breakthrough to build a church facility and stuff that God's grace we help. And my word, the awesome story is she pulled out that A3 envelope again, turn it over, and 30,000 rand in 100 bills fell out. Now here's the miracle. As I walked to the car, I heard the voice of the Lord. He said, see, you could have missed the blessing I had for you if you did not follow my instruction. So ladies and gentlemen, very plain and simple. The instruction of God leads to your victory, leads to your breakthrough. That's why pure and undefiled religion before God the Father, James chapter 1:27 is, when we take care of the widow and the orphan in their distress and their need. This is, you are anointed for purpose, and the purpose, the Spirit of the Lord's upon me. He has anointed me for the poor. That's what Jesus said, to bring hope. My word, then the captives, and then the next thing. So we never anointed to stand on a parade and say, oh, this is how powerful. No. You're anointed for purpose because you're the vessel that God wants to use on the face of the earth. He doesn't want to use a raven anymore. Doesn't want to use a fish to supply the tax money like Peter and Jesus. The raven with the prophet that was at the brook. No, he wants to use earthen vessels so that he can bless them and make a way for them to go higher, deeper, and more powerful. The greatest miracle is salvation. So you are, who are listening to this, you are God's miracle. You are in a relationship with Jesus. You are a co-laborer with God. You work with God. And God's will is always that the yoke of the enemy must be destroyed and that you can break through. So on this Friday, what we do, and we're so grateful and thankful, and we had great news this week about my health and stuff and better and stuff, and we're not there yet, but we by faith we move in dimensions that we see what God is doing. That you must make up your mind. Rename your season of battle. You're not a loser. You're not a quitter. You're not selfish. You're not self-centered. You're not an island. You are part of a body, a many-member body all over the face of the earth. There's a local body and there's a global one. But there's no global without a local. And that we can impact and change the world. Remember this, God bless you to become a blessing. And this is the great keys in my life that I've learned. When I start helping other people for things happening for them, God always raises up people for things to happen for me on the assignment God has for me. So you are phenomenal, that I like to tell you that I love you. Partner with us this day. And my word, be a person of impact, a world changer, a history maker, a planet shaker, and an atmosphere changer. Because this 2024 is your year of light, life, multiplication, momentum. The prodigals are coming home, and the greatest harvest we've ever seen before. That's why we can say it with me, I am what the word says I am. I can do what the word says I can do. I will achieve what the word says I will achieve, and I can have what the word says I can have, because I am redeemed from the curse of the law, so that the blessings of Abraham can come upon me. Say, I choose today to speak life and not death. I choose today to partner with God, to work with God, to impact communities and nations on the face of the earth. God bless you. We love you. You are a person with a mission and a godly assignment. And our hearts is always tested in the area of giving. God bless you. You're phenomenal. Don't forget about Sunday morning, 8 a.m., the Afrikaans and Brackenfell, and then all the 9:30 services, all the 10 o'clock services, and Saturday, Sunday night. Big move of God. Come with great confidence. Bring the sick, bring the oppressed, bring the sinner, and God is able to do the exceedingly, the abundantly, the above we can ever ask or pray for. We love you and thank you for this great opportunity. Until Sunday, tonight the young people, and then Monday back with the keys of faith. God bless you.